What's good, everybody? Timeless Traveler here, and welcome back to my Let's Play. And last episode, we put together this amazing 24 stacked raid farm. Now, we also had this massive storage system set up. Now, it's all running good, except every so often, the weirdest thing will happen is that, so we have about 16 slices dedicated to emeralds, right? 16 slices for gunpowder, redstone, glowstone, and then a few smaller bits for some of the other things that I'm not too keen about, but I'll store anyway. Now, sometimes the emeralds will come through and then they actually won't go over the filter, which is fine because we have 15 others, but it actually passes all other 15 slices of dedicated storage and it goes straight into the incinerator. I'm not sure what I'm missing. None of these hoppers have been filled with emeralds as they pass by. So this one. Okay, so right around here, it just doesn't go into this one at all when all of these get full. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure how to fix it, but unfortunately that means this farm is not lossless, and that means more than anything, I'm losing redstone. I have plenty of, I really don't care about losing emeralds, because so I actually have, I've been compacting a lot. I've probably done at least almost a double chest of Shulker Boxes I've compacted. So yeah, after that, we have a few double chests of emeralds. I don't have to worry about that. What I am worried about is not gunpowder. What I am worried about is the redstone. We're not getting as much redstone as I anticipated, so that is a bit of a problem. So we'll probably, I'm gonna have to redo and rebuild this storage system and maybe split it into 2 separate water streams, or maybe 4, and then see if we get an improve in getting rid of the losslessness there. To be honest, at this point, with all the emeralds I have, I'm actually getting higher rates of collecting redstone by trading with my clerics, which is a problem. The whole point of this farm is to avoid having to trade with the clerics, but it seems that that's actually a lot faster. So with all this expanding out from the spawn and using nether tunnels and all that stuff, and using up all the shulker boxes, the shulker boxes were expensive when it comes to wood. You have no idea just how much wood I have used putting all this together. And of course, wood is like the basis to everything. You need it to build, I mean, houses, storage systems, shulker boxes, chests, weapons, tools, everything requires wood. Okay, and well, I am running quite low on it. I also would like to have some, that's nope, that happens, ignore that. I also would like to have a bunch of nether trees for decoration. I want to start working on well, I mean, you saw the tunnel, you saw the nether tunnel. That was abhorrent. That was horrible. I want to have a nicer looking nether hub, nicer nether tunnels for fast transportation, all that stuff. We can't do any of that without wood. And even though this industrial district, you know, you saw the time lapse from a few episodes ago, even though we cleared out this forest that we're about to see up here, wiped out everything, and while I still have a decent supply of wood, to be completely honest, at this point now, with the farms that I'm making, it takes about a full shulker box full of wood just to produce the shulker boxes needed for the storage for that particular farm. For example, if I were to fill up this whole thing with shulker boxes for storage for my sugarcane, you're looking at probably about, easily about a good shulker box, maybe maybe a little less, but roughly about a shulker box full of logs. With those logs create the chests, with those chests create the shulker boxes, which reminds me, I may need to go to the shulker farm at some point soon. I didn't realize I'd go through this many shells. But you get my idea. What we're doing here, what we've been doing on this world, Oh yeah. There's our new friend overlooking the sugarcane farm. What we've been doing recently, all the farms, this industrial district, everything, it's very wood expensive. I mean, just hoppers alone. Look at this. Hoppers everywhere, chests everywhere, trapdoors everywhere. These pistons require wood as well. Comparators require wood. Pretty much everything except for the solid blocks and the glass and the ice and the water, all require wood. So it's about time, you know, for this industrial district to have a proper wood farm. Now, with a little bit of research that I've been doing, unfortunately, we don't have a tree farm design that will do every single tree in the game. And the ones that do a good portion of the trees don't include others. Now, while some of these farms will do, say, oak, birch, acacia, spruce, it's neglecting the full size of certain trees, if that makes sense. So like one tree farm that we're going to build will do all of the single stemmed trees. So all of the single stalks of oak and birch and acacia. Okay, and we're going to have another one that's going to be for the full size spruce trees, those ones you see way over there in the background. Yeah, we're going to have one just for that. And then we're also going to have one for the full sized dark oak. Okay, you know, I could have sworn we had some in this forest. The ones way over there, can't see them very well. We're gonna have a farm just for these bad boys right here. Okay, so that is 3 farms right there, 3 wood farms. Okay, now we also want one for the nether stems, so the crimson and the warped stems. I'm gonna need a farm for that. Now, in order to build that farm, we also need a fungus farm. So we have to build one of those. And with those farms, all the logs, all of the green bits from our amazing azalea farm and the center of our industrial district, we're going to also decorate the spawn for once. It's been looking pretty bad. It's just been stuck with the vanilla look. We're going to try to do a little bit of landscaping. I'm going to go out of my comfort zone. And just kind of, you know, make the area look a little nice. We're going to add some dock and change the scenery up a bit. So in order to do that, though, we need these farms. Now, when I talked about how much wood these farms have been using, just take a look at, pay attention to all the pistons and all the chests that you see in here. Okay, these are for, all these resources are for about what did I say? We got the tree farm for the oak, birch, and acacia. Then we have the dark oak farm, we have the 2x2 spruce farm, we have the crimson, the nether stem farm, and the fungus farm. So all of this is going to be for those 4 farms, not including all the resources needed for storage. So we've definitely got our hands full, everybody. So let's go ahead and get these farms put together. Well, team, I got some good news and I got some bad news. As you saw from the time lapse, the good news is that our nether tree farm was working perfectly. I literally, most of these shulker boxes are now either full of the wart blocks or they're full of logs. Like, I've got a bunch. I've never had this many nether stems before. Okay, we've got a lot here. Now, the bad news is that this was the only shot that I know of having a farm, a tree farm that helps break down acacia wood, just so I'd have, you know, access to another wood type. Now, the problem is that this farm is broken. Something happens. Something horrible happens. So first off, these aren't growing because it doesn't take all the logs. See that right there? Okay. And then that happens. It's not supposed to happen because something. I've gone through this so many times. I've cleared out everything. So, you know, It's going to pull it this way. It's going to pull it that way. It's going to pull that way, and then it's going to push off. Okay. Now with your birch tree is pretty simple, pretty safe to use. Okay. Right now it's fine, but after a few trees, timing, see that. It's the exact same wiring. Nothing changes. It just doesn't want to fire. I have no other farms running in this area, so there should be no issues, nothing causing lag. This is off, that's off. Nothing is running except for this farm, and so it creates that issue. What this means is that well, I have to take this whole thing down again. Yeah. So we're going to take the whole thing down again, and we're going to put together a completely different farm. And that completely different farm is going to be the same one that I built back on season 2 of Timeless Adventures, or the Timecraft SMP. So what's great about this one is that it's actually AFK, because we can turn in AFK mode, and then it's going to auto dispense everything like normal. And because we have a couple moss blocks running under here, occasionally, I don't know if we'll see it in this recording, but every so often, you know, if you bone meal moss blocks, then the azalea and flowering azalea bushes show up, which means it'll grow into a tree, automatically harvest, get sent into the cube maker. I've been running this nonstop for a while. I have tested out all the different tree types that we can get from this one. You know, we've got the oak. As long as you're not inside a plains biome, you should be fine. No issues there. See, timings work perfectly. Spruce, but we have a completely different farm dedicated to spruce. It'll still do spruce anyway. And of course the birch. So the main purpose for this farm will be oak, azalea, and birch. Okay, and we see no issues there. None. Oh, and jungle. No issues with this farm. We're going to put this together. We're going to go back into my Let's Play world, and we're going to put this lovely contraption together. And now we have 4 fully functioning wood farms. We have a variety of wood types. Let's take a brief tour. We got Great Landing. We've got the Nether Tree farm. So we've got all of our what are these? I keep forgetting these. Warped stems, warped logs, crimson logs, as well as, you know, the occasional shroomlight and the warped and regular wart blocks. Then we have our 5 tree farm, but we don't use it for all 5 trees because no need to use it on spruce because we have that lovely gem over there. But this is going to give us our oak, our birch, and our jungle. And it's actually self-automated. I think I showed that in the last clip. It's been a couple weeks since the last full clip. But yeah, it'll automatically farm azalea trees. It'll dispense the azalea. It'll bone meal it, grow it, and place in here. It takes a lot longer to do so, but I could run this farm and like maybe this farm, or, you know, the sugarcane farm, something that's not too lag heavy. So I can just gather up, you know, passive bits of wood, passive income, if you will, while I'm taking care of something else within the vicinity. And then we have a large storage. I will have to expand this out just a little bit because, well, as I said, we sacrificed the ability to farm azalea. And after going through the comments of Silent's video, I found some troubleshooting that may actually help. So I will build the other one again and use it just for azalea because I want access to all the wood types. And then we have all of this stuff. I mean, just look at all this lovely. We don't have much of that. There's not a shulker box of those, but we've got. I've been here for literally just watching Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z in the background while I'm just mindlessly chopping away at all these trees. Don't look at that. We've got a lot of dark oak, and we also have a lot of spruce. Now you saw from the time lapse after each farm was built, you know, I grew it out to the full cube. It's a lot. This farm will give us about, I want to say, I think within 1 hour, probably 2 shulker boxes full of wood. And that's just nonstop, just planting and then chopping down the cube and like no breaks in between. And in about an hour, we get about 2 shulker boxes full of wood. That's not bad compared to those ones, but I think still very good. This one's going to give us about the same, maybe a shulker box, 2 shulker boxes full of the logs. Then our dark oak only farm gives us about 15,000 per hour. That's about what, eight shulker boxes? Let's say 2 shulker boxes is like 3,500. So times that roughly by 5. Yeah. We'll save the math for other people. And then this is my pride and joy. Whenever we need like an upcoming project that we're going to be doing, like, you know, building a massive storage hall, like a real storage hall. We're going to be using the wood from this farm. Just one of these cubes alone gives me a little over a shulker box. Yeah, in total, one full harvest of this bad boy right here will give us about a little over 11,000 from all 4 cubes. Now, if we just plant trees and cut down the cubes in an hour's time, the rates are looking pretty good. We're looking at about 58,000 logs per hour. So whenever we just need just basic wood, if we need sticks for torches, or if we need to make pistons or chests or shulker boxes or anything that uses any non-specific wood, we're coming to this farm. This is just an absolute powerhouse. But now that we have basically a limitless supply of wood, we never have to worry about running out because we have such amazing farms, and we can do a few bit more tricks for building and putting things together. Now we need to decorate the spawn area a little bit, and I don't really have much of a plan. I've got a vague idea. I'm not really good at decorating. I'm not very creative, but I'm going to try to do a little bit of sprucing up around that area. We've got plenty of foliage blocks because of our azalea farm back there. We got plenty of moss, things like that. So we're going to try to incorporate some of that into the spawn area, make it look a little bit nicer. And well, I think since we have so much wood, we might as well add another like big custom tree and maybe a few small ones within the area. So let's head over to the spawn area and we'll get that taken care of. I'd say this turned out pretty well. It's looking really good at nighttime, and in the daytime it's also looking very good. I actually enjoy just walking through here. Just look at this. We got a lot going on here. Let's break it down. So I basically just enhanced and upgraded the path now that we have all these new you know, from the moss farm. And then with the bamboo, there's a little trick that I found a while ago. Go ahead and put some string on here. Stop those things from growing. You can have little stems, little stalks here and there. So I think that's a good addition. And as we continue on, we have a lovely view of the mountain, of the volcano, and the honey farm. Now, I'm not 100 on the sides of the fence. I might just get rid of those and just stick to having it right there at those 2 points. It to me, I feel like it looks a lot more awkward having those there. So we might get rid of that. Also, I discovered, you see those flowering azaleas over there? Saw a video from Silent Whisper the other day. Apparently, bees will follow you with those. Okay, you can make more bees with those, and they also use those count as flowers for making honey. I had no idea. And the moss adds a nice little crunch to the step too. There we go. And then we have ourselves my second custom tree ever. Pretty good. I think I like this one a lot better than that one. Now the story behind this, why we have all these shrubberies around here. This tree grew up, right? And then it kind of trickled down, and it's been spreading for forever. And it's slowly kind of taking over the finished version of the pit. That's what I've been calling this, the pit, my storage base, basically. I don't know if we will do something more with the walls over time, but for now, I think we are actually, there's nothing else to be done to this other than put in, our nether portal right there, create the nether hub and all that stuff. But as far as like the outside look of it, we're pretty much done, I think. And then of course you'll notice that we kind of made a cliff edge. We're gonna have to fly around here. So this isn't actually finished. This is just landscaping, preparing for an upcoming project. Now you notice that we also have a river here, and I'm not going to give out too much information, but I think maybe next episode we're going to probably try to work on this river and this cliff side. If not next episode, then the episode after, because what I'm thinking is going to take a lot more terraforming and landscaping. Overall, the spawn area I think is coming together a lot better, and it looks a lot nicer. It's got a lot more life going on, a lot more decoration. So we just got to add a few more things, a few more big builds, add some new pathway here and there as we get more builds, and it's going to look a lot better. But that just about wraps it up for today, everybody. Thank you all again so much for watching. I am Timeless Traveler, and this was my Let's Play. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the custom path and the new custom tree. And also, when I upload this episode, I always make a post about it on Twitter. So if you're following me on Twitter at Timeless Traveler, then go ahead and once it's posted, drop a comment down there with a picture of your custom path and or your custom trees. I would love to see some of the other creativities out there. And if you have built any of these monstrous tree farms in your world, let me know as well. Let me know how that's going out for you. The 2x2 spruce farm as well as the 2x2 dark oak farms are probably some of the most complex tree farms that we have on the Bedrock Edition for now. There's still the mangrove tree farm. Believe me, someone is going to make a mangrove tree farm one way or another. So it's just a matter of time. But yeah, if you have one of these, let me know how that's going for you too. And tell me this isn't the best sound in the world. Just mindlessly hacking away at logs. This is probably my favorite part of the farm. Just hacking away, having that sound. I love it. I love it so much. And don't forget to leave a like down below, comment on what you love most about these builds so far, and if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You can stay up to date on all my future videos. But until then, you all take care, have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next episode.